All right. So we're here with Team AI. Guest here is Prince Ty. You know, he might as well be a part of the community, but he
I'm an
doesn't.
individual.
Oh yeah. So we've been
Well,
Don't
playing
join a collective.
Pokemon Unite for the past like few weeks now, and their first update is coming out at midnight tonight, and we got some buffs and nerfs that we want to check out. Did y'all see that they were adding the spectate feature? It's fire.
Yep, for 2 days.
hmm So, hey, esports Pokemon Unite will become a thing. Would y'all be down to compete if they had like online tournaments? Because you could, all they have to do is give you the lobby ID and you just join it from that, like each participant.
Not gonna lie, that sounds sweaty as hell, bro.
Maybe one day if we play.
So I'll be
more
using the
with the
spectate
team.
feature more.
Yeah, spectate feature is cool. So like if y'all are in games and I don't feel like starting one up, I'm just watch.
Mm.
All right, so
Most definitely.
we see Charizard first fucking buff here. His flamethrower cooldown is reduced and effects on opposing Pokemon is strengthened. Now people were saying Charizard was kind of weak. Now when I saw Charizards, I saw some strong ones. Like I feel like it depends on who was playing him and how they could utilize him at times. So him getting a buff is just going to make him crazy, in my opinion.
I think when you compare him
Uh,
to like the other people and like to use, it's like he's not viable compared to the other characters that you have, like Cinderace, Gengar, stuff like that. And your attackers. There's just better people to pick.
Yeah.
But maybe
I
now it'll
will
make it so that he's more
say,
useful.
them buffing flamethrower reduce like the cooldown is reduced is
Uh
like
huh.
huge because it hits. It's like crazy long. And the fact that it applies burning and it can hit multiple people, it's really good, especially if you're either top or bottom, doesn't really matter. But whenever the Combees and the Vespiquen spawns, Vespiquen, I forget what her name. I think it's a Vespiquen. Whenever she spawns, and they're attacking, your flamethrower, if you line it up right, can hit the people attacking the Combee and the Vespiquen, hopefully setting you up for a double kill.
Mhm. He has good lane clearing potential, and him just being
Hmm.
strengthened, that's gonna be fire. And then his fire punch is getting boosted too. Opposing Pokemon is strengthened. I feel like he's just getting buffed all around. And he's gonna be a fun character to play. I might have to pick him up next. I don't know. I kind of want Talonflame, the next one coming up. People were calling Talonflame garbage, but when I saw the Talonflame play jungle, he absolutely destroyed our team. Um, Even though he was weak, he was still playing it very well. His fly is crazy strong, in my opinion. How you just fly in the air and just come down to an area of attack without being hit. The only problem is he's real squishy. It's like the only problem. But his acrobatics is getting buffed. Aerial Ace is getting buffed. Aerial Ace Plus is getting buffed. So I mean, we're going to see a lot of Talonflames now. I think that's very exciting.
I
Cause,
definitely want to see what the damage is like on Aerial Ace Plus,
mhm,
because that's what it sounds like, is it's just giving it more damage.
mhm,
And so that could really end up being like when Talonflame gets Aerial Ace Plus, he's like carrying.
mhm.
He could be like a new Absol without the crit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just doing that type of crazy damage.
I agree. He has like a lot of backdoor potential. Like he's
Hmm.
fast too. He can get around the map
Fast as hell.
fast. Yeah. And with fly, dude, initiate fly in all combat situations. Come on now. And if they try to run away, that's not
The
fair.
fact that you're immune when you're flying is kind of nuts. So it's always like you can get the lay of the land, set up a pick, whatever you need.
Mhm. So yeah.
I think again they're just trying to like even out the playing field
Mhm.
because like right now Talonflame is like D tier.
Not played.
No one uses him.
Yeah.
There's no point in using him when you have better junglers.
Mhm.
But he has the mobility, and now if he has better damage,
Mhm.
could be used.
So next we got Venusaur, straight F tier right here. Apparently he was good in the beta, but I guess they just did Venusaur dirty. I don't know why.
I mean,
Grass
he has
types are
like
the
the worst ultimate
best.
in the game.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally didn't even know what his ultimate was
They were
until I
talking
read the
about it.
patch
They were
notes.
saying now that Venusaur has a better ultimate,
Mhm.
Greninja now has the worst ultimate in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, Greninja needs to get buffed in my opinion. Like, come on now. I
I think Greninja's good. He just needs a better Unite move
mhm
or a buffed Unite move.
mhm.
Mhm.
So Venusaur Sludge Bomb got increased. Its effects on the opposing Pokemon got strengthened also. So hey, you see that combo. And then what? Petal Dance is upgraded. Do you know what it means by upgraded, Ty? Did you read it on the
It's like giving it a plus,
uh
Yeah.
basically. Just giving it
oh,
an
a move
extra. Because
upgrade.
not a lot of
Okay.
people are using Pedal Dance.
Mhm.
They're using Sludge Bomb, Solar Beam.
Mhm.
So but I think that's still gonna be the main meta,
And then Solar
especially with
Beams,
the Solar Beam cooldown.
yeah, being reduced. Solar Beam is probably the strongest move in the game, like in my opinion. But it's just no one will play
Such a
Venusaur because
large
he's so weak.
hitbox. It reminds me of flame. It's like the flamethrower for Charizard. Like I was saying, I don't know if it applies a debuff at all,
Mhm.
but definitely being able to go as far as it does and hit and having such a large hitbox that it hits so many people, it's really a very strong move.
Mhm.
It's like the starters have some pretty nuts stuff. I can't wait to see what Blastoise brings to the table.
For real, dude. I don't know why he wasn't in the game at start. I find
He's
that so
coming.
confusing. Yeah, he is
There's gameplay
coming.
of him.
Yeah, because he was in the beta, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they took a lot of Pokemon out the beta. I guess to fine tune and tweak. So, and yeah, his alt, Verdant Anger, increased. His damage is just increased. So, hey, we're looking forward to Venusaur. It might become a Venusaur main. Who knows? I like his snipes are like crazy already. Like even if you're outside of like the hitbox of the snipe of the solar beam, you will still
Mm.
die. Like I got hit by it and I was next to it. I wasn't even in the animation, but I still died from it. So I think that's wild. Now Absol's basic attack, his bug, like what it has a bug fix. Do y'all know what that is? Is it what was it not critting correctly? It just
Uh, I think when they did basic attack bug fix, pretty much what they were doing was like working on animations, making them a little bit more tighter,
mhm
and also there was a lot of I'm pretty sure it probably does have something to do with his crit as well.
mhm. And his Night Slash and Sucker Punch has increased. So he's still squishy, but he's gonna do way more damage. So
Those are his other moves though, that people aren't
That
using.
nobody,
So they're
yeah.
trying to
yeah.
create diversity.
Mhm. That makes
Everybody runs
sense.
Pursuit. There's no other
You
option.
think that's gonna help though with it? You think people are gonna? Well, I'm sure people will test it out and see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait to see what the actual damage increases are.
Mhm.
There's no numbers on the patch notes, so
Yeah. So when they come out, we can go in practice range on the little dummy. So Wigglytuff is probably getting one of the biggest buffs. Wild. His defense, SP defense in HP is increased. That's wild. His double slap, I thought his double slap was doing fine damage already, but now it's
yeah, it
increased
was
even
nasty.
more. That's wild. And its effects is strengthened. Sing is strengthened also. Like people haven't been running Sing with Wigglytuff. They've been running like rollout, right? And what, double tap or double slap? Now Sing,
Yeah.
she
I feel like I don't understand why Sing is getting buffed because I've like I guess if you want people to use it more, sure, but
mhm.
like I've like Sting is annoying, and especially in team fights. And then they're making Wigglytuff hella tanky too. So like, say if it's running Assault Vest on top of Rocky Helmet plus what's the other one that gives a defense? Focus Band.
Mhm.
If you give all three of those defensive items that give HP, defense, and special defense, this thing's not dying. On top of the fact that it can just spam sing. I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if they've the effects like. I don't know if it's gonna be kind of like a slow bro alt. I think it is where he picks you up and he just holds you there.
Mhm.
Or if it's gonna be similar to a Snorlax yawn. But pretty much Sing is like like you see Wigglytuff run around like they're very mobile when they sing, and if you're in that radius, you get put to sleep, and that's like annoying as hell because you could be fighting and trying to take her down before it happens, but you're not gonna get it done in time. Especially now
Mhm.
that they're way more tanky, so they're gonna survive, and they're gonna be doing and they're gonna be putting you, they're gonna be tanky, and they're gonna be putting you to sleep more constantly.
Yep. I
And
mean,
they're doing more damage with double slap. Well, I don't know if Sing and double slap are in the same tree, but
mhm.
yeah,
They're not.
Uh,
yeah, it just doesn't sound appealing. That's
mhm.
all I'm saying.
it doesn't sound appealing for you being opposed to her, but for you to pick
Yeah,
her
yeah,
up,
yeah. I mean, yeah, if you pick her up, you're probably happy about it. But me, I'm just like, I hate these because I feel like supports are so goddamn strong, dude. You got Snorlax just not dying, coming and slamming and stunning, has the barrier which pushes you back and stuns you. That's nuts.
hmm
You got you got what is it, Crimorant? Who not
Isn't it?
Crimorant?
It's
Crustle.
Eldegoss. I mean,
Elder Gloss or
Eldegoss,
Slowbro, right?
Crustle.
You got yeah, you got Crustle. You got
Mr.
Crustle
Mime.
Crustle and
being
Snorlax are defenders.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He
Yeah,
well,
brought
I
in
guess.
Snorlax with
No,
it.
Slubber is technically a defender too.
Well then,
I know
Supporters in the
he's
game are Mr.
just
Mime
these
and
tanky people.
Wiggly.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, now that you mention it, to be like
and the
it
Elder
feels like you're
Goss.
giving her more than it's like she's coming less out of the support role and more into like a tank role.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Definitely with the ability to sing, on top of doing crazy more damage with double slap because we've already heard that double slap is doing good damage.
hmm
It just doesn't. I don't know. This
I
feels
think
like
on
a
top
weird
of it is
buff.
they want people to stop using rollout.
hmm
Rollout's pretty strong right now. It's pretty much like
Mm.
double slap rollout. How many people are using Sing? So maybe they're trying to make people use Sing more now.
Want her to be more of a
It's
support, I
because
guess.
Sing is a support. Yeah, Sing is more of a support ability, and whenever you can just roll out and kill him yourself, it's like it kind of defeats the purpose of a support class in general because they're doing so much damage. It's like it's wild.
I agree.
At that point, just make him an attacker. I mean, if that's what you want him to be. 'Cause
And
he's
then
definitely
his
not a
Dazzling
support.
Gleam had bug fixes. So again, probably with the animation.
I think it was an issue with Dazzling Gleam not hitting like Dreadnought or whatever and Zapdos.
hmm
I think that's what that was.
All right, so we have Elder Goss. What Cotton Guard cooldown is lengthened. His HP restoration is decreased. So is he's just basically he's getting a nerf.
Yeah, Eldegoss is completely getting
Yeah.
nerfed. They're basically trying to make Eldegoss less spammy,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and they're weakening Eldegoss's defense. Eldegoss is really strong. I think it's like
Mm-hmm.
at most master teams are running
Mm-hmm.
Eldegoss, and it's like if you don't run an Eldegoss, you're usually not gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Eldegoss is just so strong in team
Yeah,
fights.
so
Really
strong.
good into
It's
Gengar as well
ridiculous.
with her immunities on top of heals.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they need to
It's
add more
just-
healers.
Elder
They
Goss
are.
is it's just a healing
Chansey's
burst.
coming.
Like he
Yeah.
burst heals people so much. I remember a game we were playing recently, Jalen, where you and I were fighting, and there's an Elder Goss and just like saved a guy's life like 7 times in a row, and just
Yeah.
like what is this burst healing? Like
Yeah, especially if
you
they're
can't
under
kill people
tower,
if he's
too.
here. Yeah, Elder Goss is ridiculous.
His Cotton
It
Sport.
was nasty.
Yeah, his cooldown was reduced. But the
I think Cotton Spore is a really good ability, just in the sense of
Mhm.
it adds another version of healing. So Cotton Spore pretty much sticks onto a character,
hmm
and depending on whether they're enemy or foe, it's either gonna heal them or it's gonna do damage to them, and it like sticks on them. So it's like a dot over time. So if you make it to where Cotton Spore is more spammable, not only can you probably chase people away, but you can also throw a heal on your team as well. Just making her a better overall support to where
Yeah.
it's not just click my ultimate and everybody lives. It's more of a okay, should I heal my teammate or should I throw my It just seems like it's giving more options, more tactical things to help out with.
Yep. And it increased
Make her
their
a fun
defense,
support to play.
and SP defense increased. That's pretty good. The Unite move decreased her healing though. So again, making her more versatile. I guess weaker in a sense because she was crazy. Now we have Cinderace, which is everyone's favorite bunny rabbit. Well, his attacks got decreased. His base attack just went down. They're like, yo, let's tone this down.
Speak for yourself on everybody's favorite bunny rabbit.
I think-
What?
I think to balance Cinderace out, this was needed because of how fast he attacks. He shouldn't be doing that much damage, getting the buffs from items that boost his basic attacks on top of just regular attacks, and then being able to attack that fast. There was just like no counter to him whatsoever. He could just run you down. And so definitely decreasing his base damage is good. I don't think you should get rid of his attack speed. He's a speedster after all, so keep it. But it's like definitely want to bring his damage more in line to where it kind of levels out with everybody else based off of like his DPS output, so to
Yep.
speak. Not really how much damage he does, but his DPS.
Agreed. And then his Blaze Kick got decreased also because that's all people were using was Blaze Kick. But his Feint got a downgrade also. Oof. Big oofs for Cinderace. But they increased his Pyro Ball. I mean, I like
Just because
Pyro
no one's
Ball.
running Pyro Ball. There's just no point. I think Blaze Kick is just so much
Mhm.
stronger than Pyro Ball.
Yep. But since they increased it, we gotta see if the meta changes with Cinderace. I will wonder.
I mean, that basic attack lower is going. Because right now Cinderace is really easy to use, especially considering it auto attacks auto aim for you, and then his auto attacks were hitting that hard, which wasn't fair. And then Blaze Kick itself just latches onto the nearest target.
Agreed.
Feint saves you from everybody. Cinderace is just a strong jungle.
Next, we got the broken character of them all, Gengar. So it shows that his basic attack got some bug fists. They increased Shadow Ball because no one was using it, but you know, they increased it because they were just spamming Hex with him. Hex got a significant downgrade, but they upgraded Dream Eater. Now I thought Dream Eater was fire. My personal opinion. When I first played Gengar and I used Dream Eater, I thought it was good. Like it puts him to sleep. And then you can teleport behind them and do his move, and then you're like straight assassin people. Like you can style on people is what I thought. But you know, it was just hex spam, hex spam, hex spam. That's just the meta. That's how it was.
I definitely do like the nerf to Hex Spam. It seems like they've reduced its damage by quite a lot, which is really good. Hex was I don't know if I agree with it 100%. The fact that they haven't gotten rid of his Hex Spam still kind of makes me concerned. I'm hoping that the damage nerf is huge enough to where he's not taking Dreadnought, Zapdos, or Rotom really, really easy by himself very quickly, just because because they're stationary targets. There's no skill involved in hitting your Sludge Bomb on that target, and then you can just freely spam as much as you want to. That doesn't seem fair. So I'm hoping that they bring that damage down to where it's like, I get it, rewarding like I believe you said this yesterday, like rewarding them for hitting their Sludge Bomb should be keep the spam there, but it just shouldn't be able to affect, I don't know, camps the same way, because truthfully, if you know what Gengar wants to do, you see him, you kind of read his movements, you can dodge a Sludge Bomb. But a jungle camp can't do that. They're stationary targets, so there's like literally no skill involved in taking a jungle camp. So hopefully this Hex downgrade is huge.
Yep, I agree. That's why, like, the fact that you look at people's player cards and you just see Gengars past like 100 games, Gengar, 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 Gengar is just beyond me. He's just that strong. Like, to the point where you see a Gengar in the match and you dread, like, the start of the match. You're like, God dang, there's a Gengar. We're going to have to deal with him. All right.
Is that it?
For what?
The buffs and nerfs?
No, there's more.
No.
Oh, I thought you said all right. I was like, damn.
No, there's more.
I'm missing some people.
Zeraora, his Spark has some bug fixes. His Wild Charge has been increased, and his cooldown is reduced. So again, Wild Charge was not a move that people were using, so they decided to buff it up. And his Unite, damage dealt to Pokemon decreased. So he kind of got
He's not going to do 3 billion damage anymore.
Yeah, he's more balanced out.
Which I feel is good. Because his Unite move was just like, you just die. There was no surviving it. He could be, he's fighting 3v1s and living, and it didn't make any sense to me.
It's interesting, though, because I feel like Zeraora wasn't getting picked as much lately. Because people were kind of figuring out what to do against Zeraora, and since Zeraora was so squishy, kind of like the same thing with like Absol. Absol hits really hard, but very squishy and easy to kill. People were probably picking like Cinderace, Gengar over Zeraora just because they were both so strong.
So next we got Cramorant. His Whirlpool was decreased. Damage
Thank Christ.
Thank Christ. But his dive was increased. Like I never used dive.
But it's
with
the
Cramorant.
lesser. Yeah, that's what it is. Is they're just trying to build up more diversity, like John's been saying.
Well, with Whirlpool, it's because early game Cramorant, that's the first ability Cramorant gets is
Yeah,
Whirlpool. So it
yeah.
starts out with just such a good wave clear and
Hmm.
kills people so easily.
They'll do like half Snorlax's health, dude. That shit's ridiculous.
But they didn't mess with his air slash. So, or what? He had surf, right? Or was it surf and
That's
whirlpool,
his
or it
Whirlpool,
was
yeah.
I think
whirlpool
it's
and
like yeah.
tornado, or something like that?
So it's the
Hurricane.
Whirlpool was the tornado or something like that. I don't know.
No,
There
no.
was
There's
definitely. Oh,
your two
wait.
starting moves are Whirlpool and Feather Dance, and then
Mhm.
Whirlpool can be
Mm.
upgraded to Surf or Dive, and Feather Dance
Mhm.
can go to Hurricane or Air Slash.
Ah, okay. So I mean, he can still be. He's extremely viable. I feel they didn't
Yeah,
really mess with
but
him that
it's just the
much.
early game that
Yeah, they toned
they
him down.
decided he's too strong early game, and that's true. That's gonna help a lot.
Mhm. And then Machamp, basic attack, bug fixes. His cross chop was decreased. John, when you were playing as Machamp, did you use cross chop at all?
Yeah, it's his best ability.
Yeah. Goddamn. I felt like he was balanced, in my opinion. I don't think they should have messed with him too much.
I'm surprised they didn't mess with his submission. That's definitely a strong ability.
Mhm.
But I guess they're trying to make people use close combat more than cross chop.
Mhm. Yeah, it was increased. What is close combat? Is that his what? Is
It's
just
Lucario
the
has
the
it
punch.
too.
It's like the punches.
yeah. All
The
right.
crazy like amount of punches.
Mhm. And then Lucario, his power up punch got fixed. Apparently, he was after power up punch happened, he would do like an extra buttload of damage from his basics just because of the power up punch, and it was not supposed to do that. So you'll see instances where you literally one tap people, like you power up punch and go straight into a basic. He's doing like 4K crit off rip. I guess they fixed that. Unfortunately, I thought it was pretty balanced, really.
Okay. There's no way you thought
Okay.
that was
I'm
balanced.
joking. Yeah, Lucario was
But you're
out
not.
here, though. Lucario was out
But you're not.
here. So Bone Rush got fixed. Does anyone know what was wrong with it? Was it when he would use Bone Rush and teleport?
When he teleported, there was chances that times to when it wouldn't do damage.
Mm,
And so it's like so yeah, definitely want to change that because like that's a whole thing. To if you're just teleporting into a team fight and you don't do damage, that's like
yeah,
it's really bad.
yeah. You're taking a risk of teleporting yourself into that, and you get no reward for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that does suck. And then we got a Greninja. What did they do to him? Basic attack, bug fixes. That's it. And then Alolan Ninetails, they did not touch at all.
It's interesting.
I feel like Alolan Ninetails isn't as strong as a lot of people make him out to be. Granted, yes, they do have tons and tons of CC, but it's all in one direction is what I've noticed. So what
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing to try to get it is try to separate from whoever my partner is whenever we're dealing with Alolan Ninetails and forcing them to focus on one target.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming up behind them and doing damage that way. Because yes, they have a really strong freeze, and that's why you see a lot of them run. But if they're running, you can always just disengage from them.
Yeah.
I I think I think a lot of what is so annoying about Alolan Ninetales that they can't really fix because it's just part of the game is the fact that he synergizes with literally every character.
Mm.
No matter who he lanes with, or even if he's jungling and he just comes out, he's gonna sync well with whoever he lanes with. He when he pushes people or when he puts up his little like ice barrier, Mr. Mime, he shoves them into it. It's just like he hit Mr. Mime wall. Like it does more damage. Like there's no one that doesn't like. Nobody here is gonna suffer from him freezing you. You know what I mean? Like if he freezes you, if he puts up a wall, like everyone's gonna suffer and everyone on his team is gonna gain. Like there's no way he fucks anyone over.
Yeah.
And that's they can't really fix that because I mean that's just his kit. Like
Yeah, it's just mechanics of the game.
and that's just how it goes, and they can't really change that. That's part. I think it's what makes him the strongest is that, or what makes him so strong, and they can't really change that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I agree with that. Because that's like, if you can
His
see
utility.
somebody on top of like a Kramer and Whirlpool, that's kind of I mean that's it for them. they're not living that.
There's nobody who suffers from having a Alolan Ninetales next to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
some people would suffer from specific matchups. You know, like oh man, like we're not really meshing well just because of how our different Pokemon like ability sets work. But no one suffers from being in a lane with a Alolan Ninetales.
Agreed.
Except for the people that they're going against. Like,
All right. Well, that was it. The nerfs and buffs and the update. I feel like this is a good update so far. That game has only been out a few weeks and they're already updating. They giving us a spectate feature, making a lot of nerfs and buffs that were definitely needed. They had forums like on Twitter and stuff for people when they give feedback about the game, and I'm pretty sure they listen. Definitely. By these, they've definitely been listening. So they're on a good start. They have infinite possibilities with this game, infinite potential. Like they add so many Pokemon. Me and my
There's
friend,
over 600 Pokemon in the
yeah,
game, so
they could do so much. And then all
mhm.
the legendaries, how they're already doing them with the map making. Like they have Zapdos and Mid. They could do so much. So it's fun. Me and my friends, well, while we were playing last night, our friend Kimby brought up like they should have a mastery system in the game where you master the Pokemon, but you can get their shiny versions if you master them. That would be
Oh
fire.
shit,
That would be fucking fire. I
that
don't know
would be
why that's not
fire.
even in the game now. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
mean, they can't think of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But, it's pretty good. All right, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. Help out the channel, and we'll catch you guys next time.